Okay. See how much I have. La 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 la. Warm it up. I'm trying to figure out what skirt to make next. I only made 2. I'm wondering if I should do a ribbon or another. I think I'm going to do in a simple one. Cheers. La 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 la. My gooseneck thing came in, so I'm chilling. Sorry. Okay, what are we working with here? I have 2 big, nice and wide pieces. Oh yes, this is plenty. I'm wondering if I should do it this way, the long way, because I have a lot. Let's see, I have about 54 and a half inches long, so I think I'm gonna do it the long way, and then I'm going to do the waist this way. And we are looking at 44 and a half. What did I say? 45 and a half? Yeah, we'll do it this way. La 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 la. Warm it up. So to cut this. Okay. This is gonna be long. I'm gonna have to cut it a little bit. Because it's too wide. Okay. So this one is probably gonna be geez, it looks like I can make 2 skirts out of this. Let me see. $27 times 2. How much is that? 7 and 2 is 1434. I probably could make 2. 34, 24. What size would that be though? 24. That would be like a size 8. I want to make it. I want to make it like a 2x, 3x. So 34, 36, 46. Hold on, I gotta do the math. Okay, I got it. So we are going to I feel like I'm wasting a lot though. 12. No, that seems too small. $36, 3, 16, 18. Maybe 15. I don't know. 18. Uh-oh. Boys went to a park. My son has a phone, if anything. County's on his friends. Trying to figure out how to make this. Maybe we'll do it right there. I guess we'll do it to right there. I wanted to make it plus size for the girls. That's still gonna be pretty good size. do it right there. You're craving something?
I said where? Me.
You and Capybara?
Not some hot Cheeto pups.
Capybara doesn't eat. Capybara doesn't eat.
Well, I eat. Please, let's go. Let's go. Please. Please, me, us.
Please.
Please, we want some.
Not hot Cheetos. Capybara.
Please. Please.
Capybara, capybara, capybara.
Please, Mom. They have the messy. Can I walk there? Can I walk there with Bella?
It's all dark.
Not even. It's barely like 7. Right? Is it 7?
It's dark outside.
Wow, we had dark walk over there one time. Because we snuck out. You and Connor weren't here.
Oh, where were we?
Sally here. Can I ask her? Mom, please. Please.
Ooh, some fit, barely fit.
Please. Please.
Capybara. Capybara, capybara, capybara. I don't want to put it right there. Wait till I'm done with this.
No, wait, no, I'm not done. I can go with Bella. Okay?
No,
Why not?
because you guys might get snatched up. You two are just all small.
Oh, you see. Please. You got me something. Please, Mom. Please. I don't want you to get up. I'm tired.
Go to sleep.
I need chips.
You can get some before we go sell tomorrow.
I'm still watching. Okay? I'm fine, Mom. No one's gonna snatch me. I swear no one will snatch me.
We'll go when you're more to go pick up your brother.
I'm gonna fall asleep.
Well, then I'll just go get it. What are you trying to get?
Mosquito puffs.
Puffs. $7.24. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see your comment, Team Yelzy. Hi, Natalie. Please, please, please. Do, dee, dee, do, do, da, da.
You said we're on our own tonight, so I'm gonna try to get chips.
Everybody's fending for themselves tonight.
Cash out it, but I cut it. I'm gonna cut it. Kinda ugly.
We have a sale tomorrow.
Should I cook this or keep it?
You know what I realized? I need to be able to bring my stuff. I feel like I could sew and do stuff and even do like adjustments to the skirts. I just need to figure out how to haul my sewing machine around or even get like a one of those small ones, you know? I do have a small one. But I need to like figure out a power source how to do it. Cuz there's so many people that, you know, they're able to work on earrings and stuff, and I feel like I could be doing the same, and here I'm just sitting around doing nothing. I could whip out a skirt or two. Or I can even be like, oh, you want a custom skirt? I can do it right now. Yeah. Bring some fabric. I'll have it at the end of the event. I don't know though. That's kind of challenging. In a perfect world, I would love to do that. Juice, are you going tomorrow? He said no. So I guess Keanu's coming with me. He's mad because I'm not taking him to go get Cheetos.
Yeah, makes sense to go.
When really, I asked him earlier, do you want your hot Cheetos right now before we go home? He was all cranky. He said, no.
I'm tired. I'm tired. I can't think. And then, I'm not tired. I think.
When you're tired, you can't think.
Yeah, I mean, what'd you do with that paper I gave you from school?
It's up there.
Okay, because you had to sign it. I have to give it back.
There's no place for a signature.
You have to. There is such a thing.
Yeah, he's supposed to be going with me. Juice. We're going to be in Salt River tomorrow. Oh, I hope it's a good day. I hope it's not super hot. Last year was hot. I was telling my friend Star yesterday that last year took my time. I did my makeup really. My makeup was bomb. And I went alone because these guys were at their dad's for it's fall break now. And they were at their dad's, and so I had to set up with myself. And by the time I was done setting up, whoo, I was all freaking sweaty and it was not pretty. I was hot. It was so hot. I remember just I kept going to the misters. They had like misters. For like the elderly, I kept going over there and dunking my head in water, and I took off all my makeup and I looked all crazy. That's all I ever hear. I just got done making a skirt. So I'm on my second one. Trying to be productive. Ask him then. He's your grandpa. He'll listen to you.
When I say best,
Let's say, Papa, can you drive me to that store and then I'll run inside and get it? He'll say, yeah.
what if you want something?
Then get him something.
Papa, I'm driving to the store. Yeah.
Told you. You're so scared of his grandpa here. His grandpa babies him.
Let me get a big bag too. Just kidding. It's not bad. We can eat together. She just has to laugh.
Please, please. Can you bring the laptop in here?
Yeah.
And my speaker?
The speaker is there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, best friend. Is that a fresh bobbin? Please, please, please. Let's get this to a ziggy zaggy. Hey, what's tonight? Friday? Does
Yeah. Do you want
I
any?
don't know if Sean does scary
you want
stories
anything?
tonight. I think Sean does do scary stories. What time is it? Oh, I'm thinking. Grab me a Lay's potato chips because I'm gonna make a turkey sandwich. Maybe you should just get a big potato bag.
They don't
Put-
got those.
Yeah, they do. No, he wants to go to the one right here. Just give me potato chips then, because I'm gonna make everyone's on their own tonight. I'm gonna make a turkey sandwich.
Yeah, that's what I had for lunch.
Let's check out the YouTubes.
I finally had chili and everything. So
That chili is not even hot now.
it got me going. I'm sweating in here. I better go sweat outside.
The spirits notice them. 2 encounters. Tell them cereal night. Have a good sale. Thank you. I don't know what to. Scary stories. Hi, Tyler.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing.
Bluetooth connected.
Bluetooth connected.
Hey, I popped up. Sale day tomorrow. There's one that I was listening to. Somebody, Native American scary stories. Somebody posted all these videos of TikTok videos. Hey, look, I come up. I'm right there. Do you guys want to do call-ins and do scary stories? There was one I saw. It had like a bunch of TikTok videos compiled into one. Dang, I should have saved it. I don't know where it's at. There's me again. I don't know what to listen to. Yanny and Laws. Shadow Kids. Oh man, I should have saved that. Little People 2 years ago. I need to re-watch some of my videos. The Man with Hooves. Well, at least my videos are getting popped up. Yay! Okay. Let's go. We have pickles here. Do, do, do. I think Sean goes live tonight. I'm not sure. I don't remember his. Maybe I'll pop in later and see if he's going live. He goes live 3 times a week on TikTok. I don't know. I don't know the date. I know it's on Sundays and I think Wednesdays. It might be tonight.
Meet Base 44. The forest at night. I knew that. You might not believe what I'm going to tell you about what happened on the Hopi res back when I was younger. And that's fine.
Okay.
But do take it as a warning, even if you don't believe what happened here. And do think people who come across certain things on the res, they seem to be targeted because they saw something or came across something. While others who have basically lived in ground zero, this is why sometimes in your stories, I see comments where people say, I've been living here all my life, and I never experienced anything like that. That's why I said if you don't believe me, that's fine. I'm just here to share a warning with you. This happened in Second Mesa on the Hopi Res. It happened 19 years ago. I was supposed to go home Sunday evening, but my mother and sister were telling me to stay another night and to go home at 4 in the morning. That way I can make it to work on time back in the valley. My mother wakes me up at 3:30 a.m. and I left at 4:10. I took the road that went through Hopi lands and came out by Flagstaff in Second Mesa. As I passed the bridge and I went around the curve and started driving up the hill, that's when I saw something on the side of the road, still at a distance. As I get closer, it looks like something big. It was standing on the left side. I turned my high beams on. And as I started getting closer, right before I passed it, I actually turned my head to look at it. It was pretty dark, and it had feathers all over it, like a bird. It then started walking towards the car. As I was still slowing down, that's when I saw it moving towards the car. So I stepped on it and passed it. Don't stop, don't look, don't pay attention. I even put my left hand on my face. That way I couldn't see anything from the corner of my eye. Not to mention, I was the only one on the road. Here's the creepy part. And I swear, I'm not making any of this up. I guess I must have blacked out or something
Ooh,
because I passed my turn
Chick-fil-A
and
sounds
kept
good.
driving
I'm
because
craving
apparently I
some
went up
chips
to
and
Mesa,
queso
which I
from
don't remember driving
Chipotle.
that way because I was going down the other side of Mesa. That's when I woke
But
up. Not only that, I was driving fast, doing about 100. I screamed and slowed down. I started breathing really hard, and my hands were shaking at this point. After I calmed down, I kept going, and it was weird. It was like one moment I'm passing through whatever that thing was on the side of the road, and the next moment I'm waking up going about 100. Nothing else happened on the way back, but I was definitely creeped out. And about 1 week later, I had a car accident. I hit the side window, and my face was all bruised up. Weeks went by, and I told my mom's neighbor, and she told me that she's heard about something flying around at night on the Hopi Res. I really don't think it was a skinwalker because of someone that I talked to. I won't mention his name, it'll stay anonymous. But he basically said that most likely what happened is that there was a ceremony going on around that time or day. That maybe the figure that I saw was a person and he was trying to warn me to turn back around. And instead of listening, I actually stepped on him. He said that some ceremonies on the Hopi Res are done on certain times of the year, to the point where they close off highways. On one of them, they call back all the ones who have died to the point where even some officers see some weird things as well. Of course, this happens when they're out on patrol. It's so serious that even outsiders have to leave the night. He told me that you can tell when ceremonies are going on in the Hopi Res because of how the dogs start barking. So don't drive at night. And just because you see something on the side of the road at night doesn't mean that it's a skinwalker.
what is it called when you
Sometimes you just need to mind your business and just stay indoors at night.
what is it called in black magic where you summon up the dead? That's kind of sounds like what he's talking about.
I'm not telling you to stop or anything if you see something at night. I'm just telling you to avoid the night, especially if you live out here on the res. So I live in North Canada. Up north, my backyard basically ends with a thick forest. I have ventured out in the woods ever since I was a kid.
Necromancy.
So I know about
I was gonna say that, but
I have gone around, maybe went camping for a night once or
yeah,
twice.
that's what it sounds like,
I haven't
huh?
found anything too
'Cause you said-
scary.
Dang, I didn't know they do that.
Bones and any other shit you can find in some forest. Only once did I ever think of something new and just come across a circle or stomped out grass. Like, not the feeling of the circle was stomped out, only the outline. And
Oh, I
alive,
was
too.
I was gonna. I didn't want to say it because I was thinking about necrophilia. So yeah,
It
that's
must have
it.
taken a long time since the snow was out of the circle too. Almost like if someone took the time to actually do it. I was only around 12, so I didn't really think too much of it. The snow eventually covered it up, and I forgot about it. This year though, I think I found something related. I am 23 now, and I still live here. My father died some years ago in a car accident, and my mom now lives in some elderly home for disabled. She never fully recovered after losing my father. I have 2 siblings, so it's always just me and my cats. Now on to the incident. I was out in the woods as always. I go out as much as I can. I guess to relieve stress or some good old-fashioned memories. I'm not sure. It just clears my mind and I can forget about the fucks of life. I may have ventured a bit further than I always do, and my mind was in a dark place at that time. Let me just say that I don't have much luck with
Not
the ladies,
conjure.
friends, and I guess I was a bit depressed. It was still early afternoon, and there was quite some light even
Yeah,
in
it's
this dense
necromancy.
forest. And admiring the
Necrophilia is
scenery, I just
another
realized that I don't
sick
really know where
thing.
I'm at. Sure, I know the general direction I came from, but I have never been to this area. I was just about to turn around when I saw something that brought back memories of that circle. The snow was gone, and there were stone marks on the ground. I went on to investigate. I realized that it couldn't have been the same circle. It was much further than I would have gone as a kid. But how did it get there? The closest neighbor is miles away. It was on a clearing, so I thought it was some landmark
I
for
put it right here
airplanes.
behind my drink.
I know it sounds crazy, but I was alright with my theory back then. I stayed there for like 10 minutes, but since there wasn't anything interesting, I left it to that and went back home. I remember having some trouble finding my usual way back, but I got home before dinner time. I fed my cats and went to sleep. Nothing really interesting happened for weeks. My problem is that I have nothing to do. On weekdays I work. On weekends I went hiking. I've been doing it for years. But just out of nowhere, I got bored of it. I didn't really tell why. So I started thinking about things to do. Maybe I should write a book. Turns out it was a shitty idea. It's not that I'm bad at writing, but I had nothing to write about. I didn't want to be like most fantasy writers. But dramas and crime stories seemed boring to me. Apparently, my only escape from writer's block was, who would have thought, the damn forest.
That's what
So there
came
I
to
was again in
mind
the
too, not gonna
woods.
lie.
Not a single goal in mind. I just continue on.
You
Maybe I
were
should draw a
thinking
map
it,
and
you
make
said
money from
it.
I'm pretty sure satellite images can penetrate the leaves. Now, why would anyone need a map of this forest? I wasn't sure. There were no ruins or buildings or anything, just a bunch of woods and trees. Nevertheless, I took on this project. Some months passed and I had a pretty accurate map of the radius, at least the part that I knew like the back of my hand. I got so caught up in it that I wanted more. And so my new idea was camping out on the edges of the map and then do some exploring. This way, the map would quickly expand. The pattern was as follows. I pack up my stuff and choose one of my trails. I camp on a clearing as close to the unexplored habitat that I just can. I inspect the way that I came through on the map. I do some fixing if I need to. Do some more exploring.
I wish we could
But
watch
always get
movies
back
together
to
on
camp
here.
before sundown. Make sure no animals will start fucking with me. And watch the fire. And do some sketches on the area that I explored.
Huh?
And I repeat until the map was good.
My life?
Aside from encounters with wolves and a bear once, nothing too extreme happened. I always brought my shotgun with me, so I felt pretty safe. Now one night, when I was laying in my tent, trying to get some sleep, I heard it. A soft, thumping sound. Now, since I roamed this forest for about 15 years, I knew just about every sound. This one was new, so much that there was no way I wouldn't see what made it. Lucky for me,
I'm hungry.
I grabbed my gun and a flashlight,
I'm gonna make a
but I
turkey
didn't turn it
sandwich.
on. I didn't want to scare whatever I might find. I also read once that hunters climb trees to look around, so I went as close as I felt safe, and I started climbing. I didn't see what made the sound from the ground.
This guy
Once I
gets
got
good
up,
stories,
I had a
but
clear
his
view,
voice is
and I
really
almost grabbed my
monotone, and
pants.
it's really hard for me to
There were
get
some
into
naked
it.
people
I keep trying and
standing in a
trying.
perfect circle, stomping on the snow.
And then I know he's not native
My
too.
first reaction was to scream.
I know he's not
but I
native.
stopped
I know that
myself.
for a fact.
I'm sure that if I did, my life would most likely end. I didn't even dare to move as some of them were facing my general direction.
But he's really
I couldn't see their
monotone.
eyes, but I was pretty sure that they could see me. So I stayed on the tree for the rest of the night, just watching them. After accepting my situation, I found that I was actually inspecting them. They didn't do anything other than stomping on the ground. It was so cold that I was shaking, but they weren't. Not even when the wind was storming through the forest. Not even when the snow started falling. I didn't even notice
Wait
that the
up.
moonlight had
It's the other
faded,
one, but did
but I could
watch.
see them. At this point,
I've
I'm
never
pretty
seen
sure that
that.
something was wrong with them up until it started snowing.
Huh.
I have
A
never been
live
out in a
chat.
storm,
Maybe so
and I
should
don't plan on
chat.
staying out here.
I know.
I had to move. If I don't, I would freeze to death. And if they came after me, I still had my shotgun. So I jumped down and ran. To be more accurate, I face planted the snow. Then I power crawled to my tent. Through some sheer luck, I tell you, I got back to my tent. I started a fire. It was hard and snowfall, but the charcoal was still hot. But I was able to live and die
Hi,
another
Andrew.
day. For the next month, I stayed out of the forest. I even thought about ditching the map project. But for some reason, instead of doing that, I just marked about where I had seen them. After thinking a bit, I marked the other
He's
circle
trying hard
too.
to sound
I
native.
tried recalling the
Yeah.
very first time that I had seen
He's
them,
Mexican.
but I couldn't remember. It must have been way closer though, so I just made a big circle,
I mean,
guessing around what
they're-
area it was.
I
had no
I
idea
consider
what I
them,
saw and who they were,
indigenous.
but I found myself wanting to go see them again.
But I could
Because
tell how he
curiosity
says
was getting the
certain
best of
words.
The map had a new purpose now, and so
Could
did
tell
I.
he's not native.
I had to know. So I started going
And then
out
when
in
he
the forest again.
tells Mexican
I
scary
always
stories,
kept near the two
he says all the
circles,
Spanish words
but I
really,
didn't
really
see them
good.
or hear them again. Some nights I thought I did, but when I got up to find them, the sound would stop. I was sure I was just
What movie to start
hallucinating
with?
or something. I even lost sleep over this, so my routine had to change.
I don't
Sleep during
know.
the day and go out to the forest at night. I knew that it was dangerous.
I can't with him. I always try, you guys. I always do. Sometimes on a long, boring drive, I can listen to him. But it's just the short stories I can listen to on TikTok. But he's too monotone. Sounds like a robot. He's not trying to roll the R's. I don't know if I told this scary story. I'll tell you guys one though that I just thought about when we're listening to that Hopi one. So I have some family members that are part Hopi, and they went a lot up there to the Hopi res when they were younger, and they were telling me one time that it was during a ceremony. I don't know what kind. They were small. They were, probably like 9, 10, maybe something like that. And they went up there to go visit their dad, and it was, I guess, during a ceremony or something. But they were telling me that they got stuck into this. They got put into this room. And all the kids got put in this room, like, hey, you guys stay here, don't play. You guys play, don't come over here because we're doing something. The kids aren't allowed to come over here. It's only the adults. So I guess they were being the curious kids that they were. They went over there to go look to see, what was going on because all the adults were there. So they went, and I guess they looked down into the kiva, and they saw a bunch of adults in there, and they were like singing and chanting, or doing a ceremony. And they were telling me that they saw, when they looked in there, they saw those little, you know how those Kachina dolls, those little carved ones. They saw them dancing like around like the fire. You could see them dancing, and they got all freaked out. But they got caught and they got in trouble. And they said it was just weird to see an inanimate object dance, and someone's making it dance. Said it was all freaky. And I've heard stories about those little things coming to life. It's pretty crazy though. But I don't know what kind of ceremony that was, but I don't know if anybody has an idea what that was, but that's just what I was told from my relatives when they were little, and they said it was scary. They were all freaked out. Not no, it's something you can't explain, how it was happening, but it was happening, kind of thing. Okay. I'm going to Autumn territory tomorrow. A night dance. They make the little Kachinas dance though. Is that a thing though, for real? Or were they witnessing something nefarious? Your bag of chips juice for the W. I know he was all. I brought them back tacos earlier because I was running around doing errands. Had to mail out stuff, and I was running around trying to get change for tomorrow and mail out stuff and money orders, all that. And I had Taco Bell earlier today. That was probably like around 1. And then I brought these guys back a bunch of tacos from Jack in the Box. And then I told them, you guys are on your own tonight. A night dance. They tell the little children to cover up and not spoil. Yeah. That's what they said. They were. Yeah, that's how it went. They were there, and they were told not to look. That's how it went. Yeah, they were told not to look, and they looked, and that's when they got all freaked out. That's how it goes. Ooh, interesting. So that is a thing then, huh? And me trying to make it all dramatic. Put him in a room. I know it was something about they weren't supposed to see it, and then they did something like that. That story was told to me a long time ago when I was a little girl. But yeah, that's how it went. They went down into the Kiva, then they were told not to look, and then they looked. And that's when they got all freaked out. Because they saw those little dolls dancing. Do, 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 do. I was hungry, besties. I was hungry. Yeah, I really need to figure out a way how to bring my sewing machine so I could just freaking sew. What time is it yet? Keanu sent a video. Your son called. You can call your son to my son's phone anytime. Okay, Keanu's at his friend's house. Have a champ weekend. Love the skirt, by the way. Need to get dinner going. Thank you. Good night. Enjoy your meal. I need to learn how to do applique. was really craving spaghetti. We haven't had spaghetti in probably a month. I don't know. It's been a while. I was craving spaghetti and went to the fridge to thaw out some hamburger meat, and there's none. I was like, damn it. Easter, I'm hungry. Dang, it's already been an hour. Easter. Me and my twin always say that. Easter. Because Belle used to say that when Belle was small. Easter, I'm thirsty. She didn't know how to say sister. She said Easter. So me and my twin always say that. She's on. Easter, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to sleep. Easter, I'm hungry. Juice. Yeah, why is he coughing away in there? It's time for a sip. Two and a half. Then I can make my sandwich. Been watching a lot of crime stuff on Netflix. I just got done watching American Nightmare. It's about this girl that gets kidnapped from her home and they're blaming her boyfriend, or they get drugged up. This guy comes in, breaks into their home, robs them, and then drugs them up, and the boyfriend falls asleep and he snatches the girl and drives off with her, and she's gone for like 2 or 3 days. Then finally he brings her back home, and everyone's thinking that they flip it on her and think that they're doing a hoax. So they're like putting all these charges against her, saying you're lying, this and that. But anyway, they end up catching the guy. And he was an ex-Marine, ex-lawyer that has a history of SA. And I don't know, it's pretty crazy. But every time I watch stuff like that, I'm like, dang, how come they can never put that much attention on the native people, the Mexicans, the blacks? Remember Queen Latifah on Beauty Shop when she's talking to Jorge? Is it because I'm black? Because I'm black? Did I do the other side already? I did, huh? I'm gonna make a nice juicy turkey sandwich with some crunchy lettuce, some 2 slices of cheese, mustard. I'm gonna bust out with my salsa and my potato chips. How about a mother who catfished her own daughter? That was crazy. Really? What's that one called? I need to watch as much as I can because I canceled my Netflix, so I think I have until the 19th or something. I can't remember. The only time I get Netflix is when Keanu bugs me because he wants to watch something. Then he binges the whole thing, and then he says, "Okay, I'm done." Nobody watches it. But we got a projector last night. I was messing around with it. I figured it out, and it's pretty cool. I was laying there just looking at my ceiling, big old screen. I was watching that Netflix show. It was cool. Now me and Keanu can watch shows because I've been showing him the movies that I liked when I was a teenager, and we've been slowly watching movies together, and so far he likes all of my chick flicks. What did we watch recently? We watched 10 Things I Hate About You. County said Heath Ledger's majestic. We were gonna watch She's All That. I showed him A Walk to Remember. He was all crying at the end. He's a real softie, Keanu. He's real sensitive. Deep down, he's real sensitive. He was all crying away to that movie. We were bawling our eyes out. Unknown Number. Ooh. I'm gonna have to watch that. Alright, see. I think I'm gonna get off for now. Oh, I'm only made 3 skirts. I feel like I could have done more, but I was slacking. I feel like I really need to do that, is look into how I can sew while I'm waiting. You know, I really need to look into that. Because I feel like when I was in Tucson, I could have been sewing away.
Bluetooth pairing.
Teacher, I'm hungry. Okay. Twin, where have you been? Nobody don't love me like you do. I just keep thinking, when are they gonna find Emily Pike's, the person that did all these psychics? We're really sure it's gonna be in June. It's gonna be in. Twin, where have you been? I haven't seen my sister in a while. My Deestra. What time is it? Ooh, let's see if Sean's on. Twin, where have you been?
Bluetooth connected.
TikTok. Wonder if I can download the app on here. Because I know it looks funny on the when you go to the actual website. Clock, don't mark the hours because I'm going nuts. Ooh, yeah, lets you get. Nobody does love me like you do. Open sesame.
Holy fuck. No, no, no. Holy fuck.
What did she do?
No, no.
Oh, snap.
Holy fuck.
Oh,
No, no, no.
is that real?
Holy.
Look at.
No, no, no. Holy fuck. No, no, no. Holy fuck. No, no, no. Holy fuck.
Okay, okay.
No, no.
Okay, we get it. Nobody don't love me like you do. What would Kitty do? Oh, come on with the security code. Okay, let's see if Sean is on. He's on. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, and late.
And yeah, so we ended up with like a little thing. Yeah, but
You should make this one come to life too.
oh my gosh, all of them running forward.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I scared a lot.
He's
of
in New
people.
Mexico. He says
The
it
one that was
at
moving,
9.
A lot of people messaged me like, "Oh my god, why is it moving?" I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Let me see.
It's October.
Yeah,
9 p.m. New Mexico time. So we're 30 minutes late.
Well, I have a story that somebody wanted to hear.
Forms in PDF.
I had started telling it on my cousin's live, and I
Yay!
guess they came in at the end and they didn't get to hear like the whole thing, and so they asked me to retell it. So for anyone else that hasn't heard it, this has to do with my brother, and what happened was my parents decided that they were going to go to a concert, and so they didn't want to leave us, me and my sister, behind, and so they were trying to find a babysitter last minute, and my brother had plans that had canceled, and he told us, he said, "Hey," he goes, I have time. He goes, I can spend the time with you. I can watch everybody. He said, I was supposed to go down to fair. He goes, but everyone canceled on me last minute. He goes, so I don't have anything to do. And so my mom and dad, they bought frozen pizzas for us, and they got us all kinds of snacks, and they left, and they said they wouldn't be home probably until like maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And so we were excited. We're like, oh wow, we're gonna have the house to ourselves, and like no one's gonna be here. And so first thing we did back then is we took all the couch cushions off, and we took out my queen bed from my room and took it into the living room, and we decided to have a WWF match. So we were practicing moves on each other. He was doing a choke slam. We were doing a tombstone. We were doing a stunner. We were doing Triple H. Yeah, we were doing all of them. And before all of this was happening, my brother was like, he's like, hey, he goes, what do you guys think if I play some music? He goes, and we'll put Mom's sash belt on, and we'll come out like we're wearing the belt. I was like, all right, sure, let's
Not
do
the
that.
sash belt.
He came out first, and he goes, just turn on the radio and turn the dial, and whatever music comes on is going to be your intro music. I said, all right, cool, sounds cool. So he comes out, and I turn the radio on, and I turn the dial. First thing that starts blasting through the radio is Barbie Girl. He's like, no. He goes, I need to redo it. I said, no, it's too late. That's your song, Barbie. You get out here. And so he ends up with that song. I ended up with one, and my sister. And so we're having fun. We're throwing each other around. We're going wild. And next thing you know, we hear a big boom. And I'm like, oh my God, what is that? We both all jump up because we're thinking, did we hit a shelf? Did we hit like a lamp? And then my brother flips around fast. Oh my God, the TV. He turns around. And I'm like, no, TV's fine. And he goes, I'll check this side. You guys check the other side. So we start running around the house trying to see what it is, and we can't find it. And we're like, that is weird. I said, nothing. And then right after we come back to the living room again, we hear a big boom again. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that? And we're looking around. Now, this is around the time when it started getting cold. So my parents, in order for to keep the heat in, they wrapped their windows. So the windows, you couldn't see out of them. All of them were wrapped, except
Who's
for
telling the story?
my sister's window, because we had gotten locked out and we had to crawl through her window, and her window's the only one that didn't have a screen. So we were thinking, okay, maybe we can look out that window. So her room is like the smallest room in the house. It's located right next door to the living room. And so we all go around and we turn off all the lights in the house, and we creep into her room, and we stack on top of each other. My brother's head's on the top and in the middle, and my sister's on the bottom. And my brother looks out first. He goes, let me look first. He goes, you guys can't look. Let me look. Let me check. So he opens the window. He peeks out. He looks. And he goes, whoa. He goes, dang. He goes, that's what's making all that noise. And we're like, what is it? And he goes, there's something. He goes, it's over there. It's behind the brush. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. He goes, you can't see the full thing. He goes, but you can see like the hair sticking out on the top all the way around. And I'm like, really? What color is it? And he turns and he looks at me and he goes, it's white. And I'm like, what? And then he goes, yeah. He goes, look. So he gets out of the way and I'm in the middle. And I move my sister out of the way and I peek. And as I'm peeking, I'm like, wow, it looks like that Street Fighter character, the one with the spikes on its back, Blanca. And the hair on it is white. It's completely covered in white hair, but the back is like spiky hair, like just completely sticking out. Like someone put gel on it and spiked it up. And it always freaked me out because to this day it still bothers me that whatever the hell it was bigger than that. It was like a juniper bush. It was big. And that thing was bigger than it, and it was hunkering down behind it trying to hide. And I tell him, like, dang, I said, whatever the hell it is, I said, it's so big that it can't be covered. And he goes, and then he pushes me out of the way and he wants to look again. And my sister, the youngest one, she goes, I want to see it. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, exactly. Boom. We both looked at each other. My brother, he still has it open. And that thing turned and looked at him. Ooh. And I was right behind him. And then when I was going to peek, he went and shoved it closed immediately. I'm like, oh my God, what is it? What is it? He goes, and then he turns around. He goes, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. He goes, what if that thing's going to hear you? You're not supposed to be yelling. And then she's like, I don't understand why you guys won't let me see. She's like getting mad and trying to throw a tantrum. And that's when we hear it. On the freaking window, we hear like it's tapping away on the window. I'm like, oh. And then he looks at her and he goes, that's why. And she's like standing there, she's scared. And like 5 seconds later, on the front door, we hear something slapping the door. Not like knuckles and anything or banging its hand, it's slapping the door. And I'm like, oh shit, there it goes. I said, what do we do? We're looking around in the room trying to find something. And my uncle had stayed in that room prior, and he had gotten a snap-on clock, and it's made of one of those like saws. And so I remember my brother, he took that thing off the wall, and he's like, I'm going to use this. He goes, and he starts wrapping half of it up with a towel and a cloth. And he goes, if it tries to come in, he goes, I'm just going to have to use it. He goes, yes, if you need to, get in the closet. And so we're waiting because this thing's like going all the way around the house. It's like banging on the windows, banging on the walls, just going around. And then we hear it on top of the trailer. And they have a metal roof. And you can hear this thing walking. And it's bending and creaking, and it did a real big jump on top of where the living room was, and we just hear like a crunch. Yes, like that, like the hair, like the spikes. It was like that, but all the way down its back. And it was hiding behind the brush, and the spikes were sticking out. And that freaked me out. I was like, what do we do? And we stayed in there, and we didn't go out. And I believe my parents came home around 4:00. And of course, we go out, we tell them that, hey, there was something going on. There was something outside. It was banging on the stuff. It was jumping all over. And they were getting upset at us. And they were like, what are you guys doing? Like, how did you attract this? And, they're getting all mad saying, you weren't outside, were you? You didn't invite it in. Like, no, nothing came in, but it was outside. It was hitting something, and it sounded really loud. And so they get mad at us because obviously we didn't come back out. So we had all the couch cushions on the floor and the bed. We left the pizza out. We left the chips, like all kinds of drinks everywhere and our snacks because we didn't have time to clean up. We weren't thinking about anything. And then that's when the next day I said, I want to go out there. So I want to see. I said, I want to see what was hiding. And so we go outside in the morning, me and my brother. And whatever this thing was, it dug a big old hole right there. So that's the reason why was kind of covered because it dug down deep. And we noticed the tree next to the house had these really big like indents on it, and we're like, that's what it was hitting. It was hitting the tree. And so later on that day, my dad was like, what are you doing? Because I was in his shed. I went in the shed, I got the axe, I got the shovel, I got everything, and I dug that damn brush out. And my parents were wondering why. Like, why are you doing that? I was like, I don't want it. I don't want that thing coming back. Like, I don't want it to have this hiding place right outside my window. And so we got rid of the brush, and ever since then, and every time anything sprouted, I made sure to get rid of it. There was no brushes, nothing around the house. I was like, I ain't doing this again. But that's the only time we've seen it. And it was white, but it wasn't a normal white either. It was kind of like glowy, like it had a glow to it. Yeah. And it just freaked me out. And I didn't know what it was. And I didn't get to see what its face looked like, but my brother did because it looked right at him. But he said that the eyes were yellow. He said that it wasn't red, it was yellow. And it had like a weird looking snout. Yeah, but that's my story of whatever that was.
Yeah, that's weird.
But that's the only story I'm going to share. I have people calling for me, and I got to go.
Thank you, Shira. Big thank you on the backdrop too.
Oh yeah, you guys are welcome. I'll be here. I'll be listening and keep tapping. We got to get to 1 million tonight, guys. Come on, we can slack it.
Name to Sean Milley for that reason. Thank you, Shira. We'll see you.
All right, we'll see you. Bye.
Have a good night. Before we also have some. If you guys would like to make a backdrop, you guys are more than welcome to. I do have quite a few, so thank you guys for making the backdrops for the live. If you guys would like to share, make the backdrops, you guys can also send it through email too. It's going to be a link in the bio. And then a quick heads up, guys. Like I was saying, Quan Chi is here. He's my nephew. If you guys just missed him, whatever is gifted tonight is going to go straight to him, guys. So big thank you. And thank you to him too. So that's just my way of thanking him. Native Cowboy. And again, if there's
good
any
stories,
Navajo
Native
speakers
Cowboy.
in the comments, I appreciate this translation. What's up, Native Cowboy?
Hey, I saw you at Cipra. I'll be over there tomorrow. You can see me, I think. I hope so.
Yeah, hopefully we'll run into each other.
Yeah, we should run it. Yeah. But long time ago, maybe I was 13, 14 years old. I was ghost story about the hospital. Yeah. Ghost stories about the hospital. That time, I was in a rehab in Asata. There are stages. Crash that door. Although it opens up, there. Although corridor is just a room. It's kind of like a rehab center. Nahalo. You always say hospital deed, adult hospital. Is it indeed adult deed? No. Yada had next. Okay, that time I can't walk. I have my wheelchair. It was about 10 or that. It took me that. Get to bed before 11 o'clock. Said that no. I got two stories. The other one's a short story. But wheelchairs is on other was about around 9 or 10. Wheelchairs is on other was then one hallway there's another section and then on the street there's another office. Hospital now lot office. The hospital got the office. So I let our door out. This I want to go to the next section. So the next section job, yeah, this wasn't so.
Daddy, love you.
Love you, Saja. Saja section go shisha door wasn't so there was a button. There was a button. Bitch door sniffing there, bitch was going beside this shit and so that door opens up by itself. You press that button, go and 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 then somehow that door is really freaking that door up. So before I open that door, sensor that's it, and so that door so, and I just moved there. I cannot what. You saw that the movie they call it The Shining. Oh yeah, that movie, The Shining. Oh yeah. I live with the hallway that out of London out of the net to they didn't make it ki article article they're over there don't know. Of course Cecil wasn't there, wheelchair Cecil wasn't there. Next thing you know, there was a well, I don't know what is it, a lady or something. There she says so I just got scared and just turned my wheelchair around. Don't go that way, she said, Nina. Of course, she said, not us, she's done deal what wheelchair, yeah, others is done deal what. She's done deal what other. Of course, that's a nurse, that's it. Shani Z and so. Shani Z and so. I thought that one of the nurse, that facility, rehab center. Facility that's
Work there.
Johnny Z so I was scrollish on that scrollish in that wheelchair that upbeat way. That wheelchair yeah that upbeat way. So I thought it was one of the nurse. Not on that in and not on that in that wheelchair yeah upbeat way. And there was nobody pushing me in the back, no nurse. A scary story that I don't know. Haunted house. But there's something. No, maybe that they out of that tables and the like. You quite just not what, and that after that and that then nothing. Then there was nobody was pushing me. Although I start scrolling again. You want to go back to your room, Mr. Williams? No home there's a room more wheelchair just not what so I lay back down and I don't want just case and I talked to one of the nurses. What's that place? Kozotis Nila. In there Nila. That side is there more than that they passed away then there was a nurse got an accident right there between that place no, so that nurse was rolling me back down through the hallway, but Snila. And what she's a Snila. What she's a Snila. And other than that, and that lady was that chief nanit look that's a tanit yahad naat that's a tanit I was having a conversation with them. Ako what ako kasi that's scroll sila to a nurse what and that no what that what in the future you're going to start walking again maybe tomorrow the next day and maybe 2 days from now you're going to start back walking sis nila and job at dita to job at nanta dole sidini job at nanta dole sis nila because it's not that lady. You're going to start walking maybe 2 days or 3 days or 4 days. You're going to start walking, my sonny, Sisnila. So where in job at Antitita, Sisnila. job at Antitita. I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. Out of the NASA. And then the next morning, there's a job. My whole legs was moving. My whole legs was moving. Out on that, I start crying right there. Out of 2 days, 3 days later, there, I start walking. That lady, Nila, I think he was an angel. I don't know what was he was. And I start walking back. I don't. They transfer me back to the regular hospital.
Battery low.
Just came back home. That's my story. Spirit, I don't know about the house now. So what I got I encountered something to heal me back up and himself. Although my second story is a short story. My niece was sitting in his house, the next door, and they said that door just banged open really quick. Boom sound. What kind of dark color is this? Ado, she called me. Ado, so I started she Pelakan Halit si Pelakan just I mean Halit they not say pews that na 38 special Halit
That dude knows the code words.
And bull Belton Kaiwan and steel so I start shooting east I mean Archdos all I the system I don't I just start walking. I was fixing my car and there was I don't know, a little trash can something. There was a white figure glasses in there. I just mind it. I don't know so I just walk back in. Start shooting non-stone. That's a patchy word too, non-stone. I don't know. So that's my two stories. Oh, that's really true. Oh, I know. There's spirits out there. Thank you very much, Shay. I might see you at Super Up Fair tomorrow.
Native Cowboy, I'm glad that you encountered that angel that healed you, bro. It's good to hear.
Yep, that's all. Thank you for your gift, you guys up there, all the telling our stories but I don't share. But I now give us gift and listening in. I share who. Thank you very much from my heart, you guys. I share who.
Yeah,
He's all cute.
Hopefully I see you tomorrow. Hopefully I run into you.
All right,
He always has good stories.
I'll see you.
You know what they do? Gets full up.
I got you. All right, next up we have Cam. What's up, bro?
Ooh, this guy has good stories too.
Nothing much. Just these late night shifts or these call outs. That's all. So I better get on here really quick and tell my stories.
Are you working right now?
No. Luckily I'm at home. But last night I did get called out, and then you saw my TikTok story. I was barely going back home.
Dang. Well, hopefully you'll get called in tonight, and hopefully you rest up, bro.
Oh man, I'm kind of more of a night owl, so I'm working on this too.
What do you have for us to choose tonight, bro?
So right now I got one. I had the one about the time I got witched, and it kind of all trickled down with my side of the family, like with my sister, my mom, and them. And then I also have where a skinwalker came to a Native American church the first time I attended one. So and you gotta hear both.
He always has crazy stories.
So let me start with the Native American church one first, because that one was kind of short. So I was dating this girl. Family was very, very traditional, and then during the time they were getting ready for her graduations, and then I went, and then of course they're setting up a teepee and everything. And I guess that's what they wanted. And then I never been to one. I'm not saying I'm an expert at it. I just been to it once, and that was it. So, but and also this is like what I saw and what happened that time. And as they were setting up the teepee, before they put up the poles, that medicine man, he tied a feather with like an arrowhead crystal on it. And then I was like, of course, me, I'm just new to it. I was asking questions, and I'm not too sure if this was accurate or not, if they do that, but I just saw what was done. And then I asked the guy, and then another guy goes, no, he goes, that's like, if something unwelcoming, that arrowhead will disappear. It will actually fly to it. So I was like, okay. I said, I'm sorry, I'm just new to all this, and I've never been to one before, and just everything like that. So then, as the night went on, they were singing, they were just doing everything like what you do at a Native American church. And then, can't remember what time it was. Can't remember what. Like I just lost track of everything. And of course, I did take a part of the medicine that they give out, and I tried it. And then I remember that they said that, we're going to take a break, so if anybody needs to go to the restroom, it's the time to do it now. So a few of us got up, and then I remember I got up with her, and then they were using the restroom. And then I remember I was just sitting there, like just waiting my turn. And then as I became the last person, she was coming out of the restroom, and then after that, I looked behind the porta potties, and I looked out into the field, and I was like, "What the heck's out there?" And there was a shadow figure walking around, keeping this distance from the light. Then I was like, I rubbed my eyes, and I was like, "What the heck?" I go, like, "What is this?" And I kept looking at it, and of course I went and did my business, got out, and she was waiting for me. Then I go, "Hey, not to freak you out, but there's something out in that field right there. I can still see it." And as she grabbed my hand, she was like, "Come on, let's go. We need to tell these people." So we did. We told the medicine man and everything, and then he kind of said, "Hey guys, there's something here. We're gonna sing some more songs and just try to chase it away, and I'll say a prayer to protect this area." So then, as we were doing that, we kept singing and everything, and then that medicine man, remember, he walked out, and then next you know, he came back in. And he goes, "Whatever was out there, it's no longer bothering us. It's good. We're okay." And he was saying more of a prayer and everything. And of course, daylight broke, everything broke, and then we're just kind of tired of the whole thing. And of course, like I said, this is my first time. I never really understood it. And then next you know, as we were taking down the TP and everything, that feather that had that arrowhead crystal in it, it was gone. And then that's when that medicine man goes, that's when he finally talked to me, and he said that. He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Whatever was out there or whatever came close, this thing took off and it killed it." Then I'm like, "Really?" And I was just like stunned to hear him say that. And he goes, "Yeah, this is what happened." And then I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I was just like, and then that's when he said that. He goes, that's when he told me, he goes, "It's a Yannick Loshi." And he goes, "I saw it in the fire, but it looked like a mummy," he said. And he saw all through the ashes and everything. But he goes, "But other than that, because you're safe, you're protected, whatever it was trying to do, I threw it back at it. And as long that arrowhead took off too." So, and then that was like the first encounter I ever saw something like that. I was like, whoa, just freaked me out about that one. So that's the first story.
I don't know a lot about NAC too, so that's something that's new that I learned. That's pretty interesting, bro.
Yeah, like I said, like I was new to it, and then I never did it again after that. And I was like, wow, there's a lot of things out there that can protect us, and I was kind of thinking about it a lot. But that was one of the things that I experienced out there.
That's very interesting, man.
Yeah. then my second story now, I'm talking about the time that I got witched, but back in 2000, so this is the exact date I remember. I got hired at the City of Gallup water department on January 13th, 2020, right before COVID happened. So what we did, or what my job title was I was a water distribution. We repaired broken water lines in the street, service lines to the houses, installing water meters, and then even do some sewer work and well pumps. That's where like most of all the plumbing came in for me. But during of course, the first year I was there, I caught on to everything. I was good. Like I was really knowledgeable about my job. And then when the next year came around June this happened, I believe. But I remember that we had a bunch of water breaks that happened in the summer. And then there were only 4 we're all together, working together nonstop. And then in Gallup, there's a place called Rio Perco, and that's where one of the major water lines are at. And then that thing blew. I remember that here. They said, "Oh, we had to go over there, dig it out." So to give you an idea, we had a big excavator that could reach down to almost 30 feet into the ground, little by little. So as they exposed the pipe for us when we found where the.
Let me go get my charger.
I went down in the trench, of course, had everything on, my PPE.
Battery low.
Of course.
Power on.
And then me and my other partner were just cleaning off the pipe to get it prepped to cut out, put a brand new section in. And then I remember I was digging pretty good. I was just digging. And then next thing you know, I just heard my partner on top. He goes, "Cam." And then I looked up and that whole wall where we're actually 20 feet down in the ground. And then that whole wall caved in, and I just remember that. And when I saw it coming down, I just threw myself on top of that pipe and I held on.
Oh, it died.
Covered me from midway on my back all the way down to my feet. And then I was still holding onto the pipe, and next thing you know, everybody, or my schoolmates, they all jumped out and they dug me out. And then I was like, they go, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I said, "I don't know." I go, "I don't know yet." I go, "Just get me out of here." So we were climbing out on the ladder. And then my 2 partners were like, they go, "I think his ankle's broken," and everything, because I guess when they dug my foot out, my ankle was twist all the way back, and then they pulled me out.
Power
They were
on.
just telling me in here.
Bluetooth
That's when they were
pairing.
calling everybody. They were like, "Hey."
Bluetooth connected.
Well, the trench caved in. It broke down, and then everybody came in. And I remember, and then that's when my lead. He goes, "Hey, Cameron." He goes, "Don't move, don't move." He goes like, "I don't know if I messed up your back. Just don't move, don't move." And then I said, all right, I got it. And then I remember my ankle, the one that it swelled up pretty bad, and then here it was turning purple. And then that's when of course I was laying on the ground, and I was like, "Hey guys," I said, I'm starting to feel pain in my back. And he goes, "Don't move." So then they actually had to carry me out of there on a stretcher board, make sure my head was secured and everything. And then they took me to the hospital. Then I remember my back was in pain, and all this pain I was feeling. And then, of course, they gave me medicine. And then next thing you know, I got a phone call from my buddies. Like hours later, they were checking on me. Then my lady goes, "Hey, Primo." He goes, "I don't know how, I don't know why, but that whole entire area was safe. We shored it, we benched it." And he goes, "Nothing wasn't supposed to break," but he goes, that was just something weird that happened. He goes like, because my lead, he was good at shoring, benching, everything. He was good at it. And then here he goes, "I don't know what happened, but that thing should have been safe when you first got in there." And I was like, "I don't know what's going on." I said, "That's kind of weird." And he goes, "Yeah." He was like, "You probably need to get something done." Then of course I blew it off. And then that's when, of course, the doctor came back and said that your spine is pinched. Your whole spinal column is pinched in 3 different areas. So now you have a pinched nerve in your spine. Then also you have your kidneys are completely bruised. So you're going to be down for a while. Then I was like, "Oh my gosh." And then after that, so when all that happened, I got back home. I kind of rebuilt myself up together, and then my mom called me, and then she was like, "Hey, I think there's someone messing around with our family." And I said, "Why?" She was your nephew said that the other night he was coming back home. Then he said he saw a guy behind their house, but then he goes, it wasn't. He goes, it was a guy, but the thing about it, he was wearing a pig head,
Ew.
some kind a pig head, and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "Are you serious?" He goes, "Yeah." They said he saw it in the back, and then next thing you know, they started talking about everything that was going on. And here, my brother-in-law said he saw the same thing too. Saw a man wearing a pig head in the outside in the street or something like they were saying. Then my mom was really telling me this, and next thing you know, my mom used to go to Utah to see my brother, and then she took my daughter with her. Then one morning, early in the morning, they were parked outside of my sister's place, and then here said that they were saying a prayer for a safe trip to Utah and everything. And of course, as my mom was praying, my daughter was like, Grandma, there's somebody walking right there. They're walking right there behind the house. I mean, she was trying to get my mom's attention when my mom was praying. Then she was, what? She was, there's some man walking behind the house. And then here after that, my mom's like, what? And she pulled up with the truck. Then she was looking around in the back. She's like, what in the world? And then next thing you know, when the porch light turned on, that's when my mom told me, hey, there was somebody walking around your house. And then after that, they're like, what? So they went in the back looking at it. And this was like early in the morning when it was still dark. And then they were just like, what's going on around here? And then that's when that's when I kind of put two and two together. I was like, dang, maybe there was someone out there to get me or whatever was going on. But then, of course, at this time, I was in church and everything. And then that's when I just when I was feeling much better, walking and everything, I was just like, I'm going to go to church. I'm just going to pray for everything, for my family's protection and whatever evil's out there, just to get rid of it. And then I said, I don't entertain evil. I said, I'm here to stop it completely so no one else gets hurt like me. And that was one of the stories that all happened with my family all on the same timeline.
Ken, thank you so much for sharing those two stories, man. I appreciate you jumping on too in the middle of work. Thank you so much for the time, bro.
Yeah, hey, no problem. Hey, like I said, I'd just rather tell my story right now than before anything else happens.
There's
yes.
sheepheads not sheepheads, the heads that you're talking about, they sometimes sell them at the Halloween stores too. I know. That's what they saw some, and then that's when my mom was asking them, did it look like this? They're like, no. They go, no, it's like an actual real one is saying that. And I was like, oh man, I said, I don't know, but I go, it's kind of freaky. I was kind of telling my mom that. There's another movie that had those pig heads too. I forget what it was. But if you like, you're more than welcome to hang out if you're okay with that. If you need to jump off, it's cool too, man. Hey, no problem. I will. And also too, when that day that accident happened, I did make a TikTok video of it, and it's actually on my TikTok page too. When I was in the hospital, and even a picture of where that thing caved in. That I had that on my TikTok video. And I think I said something like, "Thank God it wasn't worse or something than what it was." And then also too, shout out to my mom and to my niece Emily. They kept texting me to go, when are you going to go on? We're waiting. Hey man, they're not the only ones. There's a lot of people that are looking forward to your stories, man. Hey, no problem. But yeah, they're watching the live right now. So shout out to Emily and Mom. You guys go check out Ken's page. Make sure to give him a follow too. Let's all take a look at that video here. Thanks, Ken. All right, no problem. I'll be waiting right here. If anything, I'll just get off myself. You guys want to hear more stories? Yeah, I do. All right, I got Navigation one, or Navajo Ranger one, Bigfoot, or if you want me to retell any, if anybody has a favorite story they want me to retell, I can retell it too. I think I have a couple of ideas for to tell another one, but we'll leave it up to the comments here in a little bit, man. Again, thank you so much, bro. And Enter the Sandman, not that song. I don't like that song. Someone already commented.
And my fan's high. That's why I have to Hide it right here.
Oh man, I hate that song. I hate it with my dear life.
I haven't heard it yet. I'm too scared to listen to it.
Yeah, me too. There he goes again.
It was just right there.
Do you remember when you used to
Cool, man. Yeah,
smoke?
like I said, you're welcome to hang out. I appreciate your time, man.
your fingers would
Yeah, no
have
problem.
stuff
I'll be
burns
waiting
on
here.
them from holding the rope.
you.
All right, later.
If you guys are now joining,
My fingers all burnt right
148
here.
viewers right now. We're trying to get to the million tonight. You guys, we can do it. We can hit the million tonight. Last call is at 10:30. You gotta
I'm
be in the box
done.
at 10:30. So if you don't make it onto the stories tonight, I apologize. But live is also on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So these are not the only days that we go live for scary stories. And also speed dating. That's a new segment. If you guys want to join on, if you guys want to find the love of your life or just hang out and watch the show, that's on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I'm gonna show you it, and then I'm gonna get off.
And again, if you guys are just now joining in, my nephew Quan Chi was just here. Anything that's gifted tonight is going straight to him, guys. Young man is still in school too, so it's just a thank you from me to him. Maddie, what's up, bro? Maddie, can you hear me? Oh, there you go.
I'm sorry. Hey, how are you guys?
I'm doing well. There's I can hear some rain, so I'm excited to open the window tonight and hopefully it rains all night. But at the same time, I don't want to because
Why would you sleep with your window open?
Because the rain sounds pretty nice.
Maybe something out your window. You crazy?
This is the one I did earlier.
Tonight.
So yesterday I was at Walmart, and you know that section in Walmart where they sell like the piggy banks and the desk lamps and stuff. I was walking by. I was gonna make pumpkin bread, and this kid drops one of the piggy banks. And this piggy bank at Walmart had coins in it. And the mom's like getting after him, like, why did you touch that? Now we have to buy that. That's your toy. And it just brought me back to the story that happened to me when I was home alone.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna get off now. I'm gonna go eat
one
my
Friday,
turkey
I
sandwich.
went home
Good night.
after school. I used to walk a mile back